Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're doing well. It's Tuesday. We're going to do a Rashi from the third Aliyah of Parshas Nitzavim. Again, short Parsha. Interesting Aliyah today. Let's try to get up here. Screen. Just a second. Here we go. Towards the end of today's Aliyah, actually the last pasuk of today's Aliyah, which is really about the bris. We've been talking about this covenant for a little while already. The covenant really starts at the end of Parshas Kisavo last week, going into Nitzavim, Atem Nitzavim Hayom Kulchem. You're all standing here today, as the Torah says, Lifnei Hashem Elokeichem, etc. La'avrecha b'bris, to pass through this bris, this covenant with Hashem. We've mentioned that the rest of the text here is about this covenant, about Jewish people keeping the mitzvahs of Hashem and not deviating from that path. We mentioned very specifically that one of the new elements, according to Chazal, of this bris is the idea of arvus, the idea of mutual responsibility, that we're all responsible for the mitzvah performance of the other Jewish people and for, unfortunately, the Avera violations of other Jewish people as well. It's a scary and daunting concept, the idea of arvus, but also a very empowering one. It's scary because someone else does wrong, you're responsible for it. But it's also empowering in the sense that when everybody does right, it kind of raises the collective bar, it raises the collective tide. So you get raised by everybody else, but also the chances that you could be lowered by everybody else as well in some fashion. So much to say about that, both in the halachic and hashkafic sense. But our bris here sort of ends, in this section of the bris ends with this famous pasuk, which seems to have nothing to do with the bris, but which Rashi connects to the terms of the bris, specifically the terms of arvus, of mutual responsibility, which I think is very interesting. So it ends with Hanistaros Lashem Elokeinu. The hidden things are to God. Vahaniglos, and the revealed things are Lanu Ulavanenu Ad Olam, are to us and to our progeny forever. Lasos Kol Divrei HaTorah Hazos, to perform all the deeds of this Torah. It's a weird pasuk, and there's all these dots above Lanu Ulavanenu, dots that exist in the actual Sefer Torah, indicating that something more is going on here. But there's a lot to say about this pasuk. It's a little strange. We understand each stitch, or I should say, I understand each stitch individually, but it's put together is hard to understand, and in the context of the bris, it's even harder to understand. That I know. Okay, obviously, hidden things are to God. I don't know everything about the way the world works, about the way Hashem operates in the world, about why certain events happen in the world or why things happen to me. The hidden things are only to God. There's a lot that's hidden from me in this world. That's an important recognition of itself, makes a lot of sense. Second stitch, the revealed things are to us and to our children. Yeah, that makes sense, but it's kind of obvious, right? I mean, we know revealed things are to us, hidden things are to God. To perform all the deeds of the Torah. Okay, that also makes sense, but I just don't understand why it's connected to Hanistaros or Haniglos. It's connected to the terms of the bris in general over here, but why is it connected to the Nistaros and the Niglos, the hidden things and the revealed things, somehow connected la'asos, to encourage us to do all the words of the Torah. So Rashi connects all these pieces, plus connects the pasuk to the bris. Hanistaros la'Hashem. What is this about the hidden things being to God? It's to counter the following thought. Im tomru, if you're going to say, hey, you're causing me to enter into this covenant of mutual responsibility. Not only am I responsible as an individual to Hashem for the mitzvahs of the Torah, but I'm also responsible for everybody else. So if you're going to say to yourself, Ma biyadenu la'asos, how could I be responsible for other people? Ata ma nishas harabi mal hirhure hayachid. You're going to punish everybody because of the musings or the feelings or the intentions of one individual, right? As we learned earlier, Penyesh Bechan Isha Isha, earlier in this Aliyah, we learned maybe there's one man, one woman who are going to say, I'm going to do whatever I want. I don't care about the mitzvahs of the Torah. And afterwards, you describe how you're going to bring punishment. So if you look at the psukim that we just went through, you talk about bringing collective punishment to the entire nation for the sins and the inner thoughts and intentions of individuals, right? That's the bris arvus. That's why it's being described as such here in this aliyah. V'halo, here's the problem with it. Ein adam yodea to munosav shel chavero. One person doesn't know the hidden thoughts of another person. I can't get into your head, or to your head, or to your head, or to your thoughts, or to your intentions, or even to your hidden deeds. Not everything you do is revealed to me. So how can I be responsible for you? How can I be responsible for the mistakes you make if there is no way humanly possible for me to get inside your head? That's the problem with this bris, the problem with this covenant, which is lurking in the minds of everybody who just heard these words from Moshe Rabbeinu. Therefore, God comes at the end of this whole covenant to reinforce to us, no. Don't worry about that. The hidden things are only to God, and therefore, I can't punish the collective for the hidden thoughts of individuals. That's between me and the individual. Those are between that person and God. God will exact punishment or give reward to that person for their hidden thoughts. You are not responsible for that. But haniglos lanu levanenu adolam leva'er harami kirbenu v'im lo naseh din bahem yanshu harabu. But the revealed things are to us and to our progeny adolam, forever. The revealed things that we can take care of in this world are for us to take care of, and if we don't, we are held responsible. Nakud alanu levanenu. Now there are dots on ulanu levanenu, so it's some kind of modification here, right? The nistarus l'Hashem Elokeinu, fine. Niglos, there's dots indicating there's something up with this. So what are the dots? To indicate lidrosh af ahaniglos lo anash esarabim acha avras hayardim. The whole bris arvus, the mutual responsibility here, doesn't kick in until we cross the yarden. Even though it's being given to us now, it'll only kick in once we're all there, and we're all there together. We take the shvuos, the oaths on Har Gerizim, Har Eval, the whole ceremony described in Parshas Kisav last week, the beginning of this whole covenant, and that's when it'll all take effect, even though it's being described now. So now we finally understand not just the beauty of each stitch of this puzzle, but the whole thing together and how it connects to the bris. We understand hidden things are to God, revealed things are our responsibility, and lasos kol divrei Torah azos, we are responsible to ensure that all Jews keep the Torah, but that is only for the revealed parts that we have control over. What we don't have control over, what we don't have access to, is between that individual and Hashem. Clarifies some of the terms and the parameters of the bris arvus that we're entering right now, what we are responsible for, what we aren't responsible for. Ultimately, all deeds are considered by HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but individual deeds that are hidden from other human beings are only between you and God. Only God will deal with that. Whereas revealed things, you'll have to reckon with God about, but also the collective has a responsibility to reckon with you about them as well. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a wonderful day. These are big ideas, much more to say and to think about. But,
thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you.